right, my friends, let's get you reading. We're going to have some fun today reading some challenging words. Let me share my screen. Okay. This first word, let me spell it for you and then explain why it is spelled the way it is. So this ER is spelling the sound, very common. This I in the middle is making its short sound because that's what I's say when they are in the middle syllable of a word. There are 4 syllables. Wait. Aha. There are 3 syllables in this word, 3 vowel sounds. This CI is spelling the sh sound. CI is another spelling of the sh sound. Sh has 3 spellings, or 4 actually that I know of. It can SH can spell the sh sound. So can TI, as in, oh, let me just show you. TI as in nation. CI as in musician, or CH when it's a French word as in chef. Lots of different spellings of the sh sound. This one has the CI. And then here we have a suffix OUS that is spelling the us sound. The O is silent, the U is short. Both of these, the U and the SU here. So take a minute, pencil read this word, and then I will say it after you. Here's how you would break it up. So we have p, n, I, sh, us. Pernicious. Pernicious. Did you get pernicious? Y or A for almost? Y-A. Yes, Sarah, the C does make an S sound if the next letter is an E, I, or Y. But that's an S sound. We're talking about an SH sound. And if you know, Sarah, if you know of any other spellings of the SH sound besides these 4, do let me know. I would love to know that. Okay, that's a lot of Y's and some A's. Don't worry, you're not the only one. There are some A's in there for almost got pernicious. Okay, let's try this next one. Let me put this one up and I'll put it down here. Pernicious. Next. Oh, pernicious means harmful. And I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever heard or that I can recall a time when I've heard pernicious used in a sentence or in context, in just in conversation with somebody. Like, what would even a sentence sound like that has pernicious? If you can put a sentence in the Q&A that will help me understand the meaning of that word and how it would be used just in conversation, like if it's harmful, like would that just be the medication would be pernicious to children? I'm not quite sure how to use that in a sentence. If you do, pernicious intent. Oh, pernicious intent, or that was a pernicious act. Thank you. That helps. That helps a lot. Okay, next word. So, in this word, this I is going to be saying its long sound because of the tap 2 rule. There's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. Here's that ER again, that is just saying AR says R, as in art or car. ER says AR says R. CH, this is a Greek word, it's going to sound like a K. And Y at the end of a longer word usually sounds like a long E. Okay? So we have, well, you do this. I don't want to do this with this part with you. You pencil read the word. It's not an easy one. That is how it would be divided. Okay. So if we have our sounds being I, R, K, E, then when you blend those sounds together, you have hierarchy. Hierarchy. It's kind of a tongue twister. Hierarchy, which means like a ranking, right? Hierarchy. Did you read that one easily? Y, yes, or A almost. Hierarchy. Nice, Clement. Hierarchy. Okay. That's good to know. I really appreciate you giving me your feedback on if you got it or not, because it helps me just to gauge how everybody is doing. If I need to slow down, if I need to pick harder words, easier words. So thank you for telling me if you got it or not. Next. All right, so O will make its long sound when the next letter is an L, as in sold or bolt. So O, the long O sound is actually more common than the short O sound. Most people don't know that because usually all the short vowel sounds are much more common than their long vowel sounds, but O is different. O makes its long sound more often than its short sound. And it has a lot of different times that it will spell, it will say O. It'll say O when it has another vowel in the next one or two spots. It'll say like OA or O consonant final silent E. It'll say O when it's spelled OW. It'll say O when there's just when it's the final O, like potato or tomato. It'll say O if there's a OE, like in toe. It will say O when the next letter is an L, as in this word, or when the next letter is an R. So this all the times it will make its long O sound. That's a lot. So it's going to make its long O sound here because that next letter is an L. That rule right here. And it's going to make its long sound here because the next letter is a vowel. And I'm going to go all the way over here for that next letter being a vowel because when when U comes after a Q, it is not acting as a vowel. So when a U comes after a Q, it doesn't say anything. It has no sound. It has no job. It's just being there. And I wish I knew why somebody decided that Q can only have a U after it, but it's always there. U is always there after a Q for when you're spelling. You always have to have a U after a Q, but you won't hear it. So it's not going to say U, it's not going to say it's not going to say anything. It's not even acting as a vowel. So that next letter is that next vowel is technically the I. I guess you could use the U as the vowel, but technically it's the I. So this O is saying O because one of the next two letters is another vowel. Okay, this the I will say E when it is almost to the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it. Again, I will say E when it's almost to the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it, just like right here. A. This A is going to change to the schwa sound and say because when A's are almost to the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it, it will say Look at that. So there's a right side up E and an upside down E. This is the symbol for the schwa sound, Okay, so with all of that I just gave you, go ahead and dot these sounds and pencil read this word. Okay. So our sounds are, I'm going to get rid of those syllable dividers. Maybe not. So our sounds are k, o, ul, o, qu, e, ul, ko. And then this syllable is low. So co-lo. Then we have qui, colloquy. Then we have ul, colloquial, colloquial. This syllable is accented, so it's said stronger or with more emphasis. Colloquial, colloquial. How did you do on colloquial? Y or A? O is making the A still make the long sound. Also O making E still making the long sound. I'm not quite sure what you mean on that one, Mohammed. Sorry, the vowel rule like the next two letters. Oh, so this breaks the tap two rule. When O has an L after it, it breaks the tap two rule, but I love that you knew that. What do you mean by it'll say schwa and not just a soft day? I wonder if some people call schwa a soft day. I've never heard it called that, but a schwa sound is a sound that every vowel will change to, not just A. Every single vowel can change to the schwa sound and say at certain times. A will change to the schwa sound and say 3 times. Let's see. 1, 2, I think 3 times. And this is one of those times when it's almost to the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it. It will change to the schwa sound and say Every single vowel will do that at some point, and we'll probably come to a lot of those patterns for me to teach you when we're going through all of these words so I can review them. But I also taught those in the first 9 months of the year. So if you stay in the class for a whole year loop, then you'll be able to hear all of those schwa rules taught in depth. Yeah. Blair, what did you say no way about? I missed that comment when it was in the right timing. My reading is getting better, but my spelling is not. Spelling is so hard, Catherine. I bet every single other person in here is saying, me too, me too. But let's celebrate that your reading is getting better. Isn't that celebratory? That is amazing. And spelling will follow. It will. It just takes longer because it's harder. Spelling is harder. Reading, you have to recognize the reading patterns. Spelling, you have to generate them. It's a lot harder. All right, so colloquial. Let me look at how we did here. We got yes, yes, almost. Yes, almost, 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 almost. No, hard, almost. So a lot of, oh, good job. Yeah, so this was hard for a lot of people. Colloquial. All right, go ahead down here in this corner right here. Read this word for me. So we have pernicious, pernicious, harmful. What about this one? Hierarchy, hierarchy means a ranking. And this one? colloquial. Colloquial. Colloquial means informal. Like I use a lot of academic language when I teach these classes. It's not super informal, but I really can't help it. But colloquial is like when you're just it's informal language. It's like conversational, colloquial. All right, next. Let's keep it going. Oh, you're gonna like this one. You might know what this word is already, but you might not know why it is spelled this way. So let's go over that. So here's an AR that's breaking the tab 2 rule. Whenever you have an R controlled vowel, it's going to break the tab 2 rule because R's just have more power. Same with W's. And we went through that if you want to watch those videos in, I think, August, might have been R controlled vowel month. So AR says R. This A just has two simple regular consonants after it. That's the tab 2 rule. It's going to say ah. It's short sound. Now here's a fun little fact. When you see are you ready for this? When you see a TU that comes almost to the end of a multisyllable word with a vowel after it, it's going to say chew. Chew. Isn't that the funnest fact you've heard all day? So when you see TU toward the end of a longer word with a vowel after it, it's going to say chew. Now look at that. Here's that A again. When A is toward the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it, it's going to change to the schwa sound and say ah. So I'll break this up for you. Go ahead and pencil read this word. All right, so here we have this syllable is g-r, gar. This syllable is g-a-n, gan, gargan. And actually I can see that it's a 4-syllable word, so that third syllable from the end is going to be accented. That's going to be said stronger. Gargan. Here we have chew, gargantu. And here we have un, gargantuan. Gargantuan means ginormous, right? Did you get that one? Y or A? Gargantuan. Gargantuan. Yeah, I love the triple Y, Blair. Nice. Okay. So now everybody read this word down here in the corner. Pernicious. Try this one. Hierarchy. How about this one? Colloquial and gargantuan. Gargantuan. Isn't that fun learning about chew? TU in the middle says chew. Who knew? Who knew? Well, you guys, because you came to class today. All right, let me see if I can find a short one for our last word. Okay, so this I is going to make it short sound because of the tab 2 rule. This C is going to say it's soft sound because there's an E, I, or Y after it. That means these two letters are making the exact same sound, so they're just going to blend together. This ER is a grapheme that says Here's that A toward the end again. It's common. It's spelling the schwa sound, and then we have that ul at the end. So pencil read this word. That's right. Good, good. Okay. So here we have this I saying I because of the tab tool rule. And then C, S, C are making the same sound. ER says A making the schwa sound. So we have V, I, S, ul. Visceral. 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 Did you get visceral without me? Y or A? It means instinctive. Visceral. That's a lot of Y's coming through. Good. Visceral. All right, my friend. Let's see how we do down here. This word is pernicious. How about this one? Hierarchy. How about this one? Colloquial. Gargantuan. And visceral. Those are not easy words to read. And now you not only know how to read them, but now you know why they are spelled the way they are. So when you encounter those same reading patterns in another word, you can apply them. You know what that A is going to do toward the end of a longer word. It's going to change to the schwa sound. You know about the TU. You know all about Greek words with that CH in there. You know that CI makes the sh sound. So all of these rules that are in the words that we read today, you're going to notice in other words and will help you with your reading. That's exciting. So I'm so glad you came today. Hope you have a great weekend and we'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.